he can do things fast. You're not falling
Good morning,
behind.
good morning. Good morning, people. We're here in Nashville, Tennessee. Uh, Picked up a load yesterday out of Ashland City, Tennessee. That load paid around 3,700. It's like 950 miles going to New York, Hicksville, New York. 20,000 pounds. So it's a great load. Picking up Friday, delivering Monday. It's over $3,000 on the weekend, so that's pretty good for me. Uh, yeah, but we are here making it. Hopefully, the diesel prices go down since the you know the the war is over with Iran, Israel. Hopefully, diesel prices go back down a little bit. Cause man, I wasn't getting nothing on the $3, not even with the discounts that I get with the company I'm in. But today here in Nashville, I fill up the tank for 283 with the discount. So it's not bad, man. Not bad. Uh, I decided to make this video to talk to you guys. If you guys watch this video, subscribe, like. You know, doesn't cost you anything, man. You know, just subscribe and like. So yeah, and some days I wake up and I'll be like, man, what the hell I'm doing in a truck? What I'm doing driving? You know, I should be at my house, but we got bills and we got things to do, right? I will be taking, hopefully, that's the plan. Taking next weekend off, probably from Thursday. I start back Monday. Uh, you know, it's always good to get some time off, and relax and leave trucking behind so you could refresh. And you know sometimes after being here in the truck so long you get kind of anxious. I know people that don't even got places, they don't even got houses or apartments, and they live in the truck. I don't know how they do it, man. uh, my respect to them. But yeah, so far with this new company that I'm in, I uh, I average around $6,000 a week. Uh, I've been here now. Almost 3 weeks. I think I'm making with this low around 19,000. If I'm not wrong, I'll probably do a video on that. Showing you guys the actual black and white. And that's to the truck. After the company already got their pay, that's what goes to the truck to my bank. What I will show you guys down the line. But yeah, man, I want to know how everybody's doing out there, man. How it's trucking, I got messages from guys going to JB Hunt. I'm not there no more. I'm not a Landstar either. I'm in a new company. Everybody know which company it is. Like I said, I really don't do no recruiting. If you guys want to come, uh, I'm willing to give you some information about it. And well, everybody that went to JB Hunt because they see my video and stuff like that, man. Good luck to you guys. Like I told you guys, I didn't left JB Hunt for financial reason because I already have my lanes set up with JB Hunt, where those loads was available almost every week, you know. But yeah, I mean, I must admit too that JB Hunt rates went down, really, really down. I mean, that's the truth. But to be fair, uh, I seen lows like that here too. I saw lows like that in Landstar. It's whether you want to pick them up and do or let it sit there. A low they pay $1.95, $1.15. Man, I will go the head to a better area before I put one of the lows. I know some people might say, "Oh, that's stupid," but in reality, you know, I'm doing work for somebody else and I'm not making money. Yeah, I know I probably pay for the fuel, but fuck that. I prefer to take the loss than doing somebody else free work. You know, that's why the race are like that because people are picking up. If it was up to me, man, I let those load there. You know, forever. I would never do. You know, but I guess some people, they justify doing those loads with, oh, you pay for my fuel. Man, listen, man. That's why every time you get a load like that, that's why the rates keep going down and don't complain. You know, I mean, I understand you guys. A lot of people want to blame the foreigners that do cheap labor, and I agree. I mean, a lot of that too got the economy down, but at the same time, man, you got a lot of people from here that they going home and they take a goddamn load for $1. You still doing the same thing. You still covering that load. Now the following week, the broker gonna put it for the same price. You know, nah, man. I prefer to that. I ain't doing shit for free for nobody. I ain't gonna make nobody else millionaire. I'm not making money. That doesn't go with me, man. I'm not out here to be a goddamn slave for nobody. For that, I stay at my house. Shit. And I go and work Burger King or McDonald's, flipping burgers. Which is nothing wrong with that. Whoever do that, I appreciate you guys. Just make sure you cook them burgers well done. You know. But yeah, man, I see a lot of stuff going on in the news and a lot of a lot of hype about the no English enforcing law. I really haven't seen anything. I mean, we got all these YouTubers out there, that are reporters. I really haven't seen anything about uh, DOT. I did pass by the way station on the 25th. I forgot where I was at. I think I put it in a video. And I did saw the DOT officer with a camera because I was at the scale and he was standing with the guy in the side of the building with a camera and a paper. And, I was assuming he was doing the English test, the person, because obviously that guy wasn't American. I seen it, I mean, I could I could tell, more or less when somebody is from the United States. But I could be wrong. He might have been from here. Who knows? But I thought that's what it was. But I'm not sure. But I haven't really heard anything. I mean, we got all these super reporters on YouTube. They got all the information and they know it all. Another thing, man. You know, uh, I was parked in a goddamn pilot 2 days ago, nighttime. I stopped early because I was driving to the night. This guy parked next to me, take a big trash bag, full of garbage, get out his truck and put it under my trailer. When he's walking behind my trailer, I was gonna go and take a shower before I was gonna leave. So I opened the door and I saw him walking back there with the bag in his hand. I said, "What the fuck you doing?" And when I looked, this dude throw the fucking trash bag on my truck, under my trailer. And I said, "What?" I said, "Man, what the hell you doing, man?" Oh. And he wasn't a foreigner. He was, he was African American. I'm not saying, I just am not profiling anybody, but in this case, he was African American. And I said, "Bro, why you throwing that shit under my truck? Under my trailer? You know, it's literally was a trash can, like right in front where we was parked." And I said, "Bro," I said, "Not only did he throw the trash, he emptied the trash bag and threw the actual trash he had inside on the motherfucking trailers." And I said, "Man, how?" I went down there with a flashlight to make sure he didn't, have no glass or anything that could have packed one of my tires. But I saw him inside Pilot when I was gonna take a shower. I said, "Bro, why you do that bullshit, man?" "Oh, I'm sorry." I said, "Bro, that's some fucking stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? You fucking dumb. You know, if I was somebody else, they probably would end up fighting. I mean, he probably would end up getting beat up. You know, because you don't do shit like that, man. Come on, man. What kind of bullshit is that?" Just people, man. People, I tell you, and it's a lot of shit, man. Today I'm complaining, man. It's like sometimes, man, I go in the bathroom early in the morning. When I stay in a truck stop, I'm gonna brush my teeth. So I take paper towel, I dry my area, my sink. I put a paper towel there to put my toothpaste and whatever I got. Because I don't like to put it just in the counter. I put a paper towel first. So I do all that stuff, man. And literally, this guy come next to me. Listen, man. I know guys that are religious with Muslims. They gotta do what they gotta do. But bro, you gotta have some. You gotta respect the person next to you. This guy come and start throwing water all over. I mean, the shit got to where I have my toothpaste, and literally on the floor, the whole fucking floor is wet. And I say, "Dude, bro, if you gotta do that, man, just be mindful that you got people next to you. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You do whatever you gotta do, but be mindful. If you fucking, man, made a mess all over the sink with the water, bro, have some courtesy. Dry that shit up. And it's the same thing with the floor. Nobody wanna go and use that shit after you took a shower in the sink. You know, like a fucking duck. You know, like a goose in a lake. And what the fuck, man? Have some courtesy. Clean the fucking counter at least where you at. Dry it up so the next person, you know, I mean, I understand that you want the pilot employees to clean, but you gotta have some courtesy, man. You gotta have some manners. We're not in the fucking jungle. We're not in a motherfucking, in a third world country where you take a water hose and you spray the shit all over you or whatever. You got other people around you using the facilities, man. So, have courtesy. And, I'm not singling out anybody particularly, but it is what it is, man. That shit gotta stop, man. That shit gotta stop. I mean, you know, if you gotta do your religious thing, I respect that. But be kind. With the water. You know what I'm saying? Don't look like a fucking dog in LA throwing water all over you, and you got people around you, you splashing water all over the fucking walls, the floor, the mirrors, people next to you, because you might get smacked by somebody by doing that. You know, it's the truth. Somebody you might with somebody, and that person will be like, what the fuck you doing? And they, you might get smacked the fuck up and wake up, and thank God, because you just got whipped, because you gotta have respect, man. It's all about respect, and I don't understand. And I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But hey, that's the way. That's the world we're living in, man. You know. You know. I felt bad this morning, man, because I saw a foreigner guy with a little bag this morning. The pilot I just flew in. He asked me for a shower, and I had a shower, man. But I was the way he asked me. I automatically, say no. And that's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I got showers. I obviously fill up a lot in pilot. Plus, I got the diamond rewards with love, so I got free showers. And then I felt bad, man, because I see him asking. He kept asking other people, and I said, man, this man really needed a shower. But just the way that he was asking, it was wrong. But he probably, I mean, I felt bad for the man, because I mean, he trying to, get a shower, man, trying to stay clean. I respect that. I think I don't know if he was homeless or something, but you know, we gotta help people like that, man. It doesn't matter what country you from, where you from, man. You just, you gotta have a good heart, and you know, it just sometimes, those people, the way they ask you, you take it offensive, but in reality, it is, they might not be all up there, and then that's the truth. You gotta have some sympathy, man. Some, because I really believe, you help people, man. That will come back to you, somehow in life, So, I felt bad for the man. I said, man, let me pay for the shower, and give him the ticket. He took care of his shower, But yeah, man. But I tell you, man, sometimes, I mean, I even go through that myself, man. I'm Spanish. I'm Puerto Rican. Sometimes I go to places and people look at, at me like, I was looking at, what you looking at, bro? And I'm like, you know, I do speak English. I probably got an accent, but I do speak English. You know what I'm saying? And I lived my whole life in the States, United States. I probably done more shit for this country than you ever done. So, you know, but we're not gonna get in that debate. But definitely, Uh, but yeah, that's how life it is, man. But when that shit happens, I don't let that shit bother me, man. As long as nobody disrespect me or say anything offensive, I don't give a shit how people look, and doesn't matter to me, honestly. I don't got time for negative stuff, man. I stay positive, positive thinking. Focus in my goals. Focus on what I gotta do for life. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got time to worry about you know somebody is miserable the way they think, or because in honesty, man, you got piece of shit every race, man, not just one race. I mean, I seen a lot of people, different colors, they good people, and different colors, they just assholes. It is what it is. You can't single out people, man. I go how you treat me and the kind of respect, that's how I'm gonna, treat you, man. I don't go with that. But I mean, I do agree as far as the CDL license and all that stuff. That if I took the goddamn test, you know, and with a state trooper, and you go in and paying for a fake license, nah, bro, do the same thing I did. If you get it the same way I got it, doing the whole test the right way, I ain't got no problem with that, man. You know, I do agree on that. I just don't agree that you come with a license, riding a fucking horse somewhere in a country, and then you come over here, you say you got a license, and they give you a no domicile license. You probably was riding a fucking donkey, and then you come over here and you take loads for $1 or 80 cents, and you fuck the whole market up. I can't compete with you, you know. And like I said, I'm not singling out any country. It could be, it's a bunch of countries in the world, and people from all over come. Uh, but yeah, you know. But at the same time, man, you can't blame them people either, man. If the DOT officers, this has been going on for years. If they let it happen, you can't blame them people for trying. They came here taking a chance, and if the officers let them do it, they're gonna do it. You can't blame them, man. If they're not enforcing the law, that being in there for around 30 years or 40 years, I don't know how long. You know, Now because Trump and this and that, now they're gonna enforce it. Man, that law been there forever. You know, it's been there. Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Obama. Many presidents, man. So it's the same thing. It's gonna be, people gonna talk about it the first few months, and then they're gonna do the same shit. They're not gonna enforce it. You know, I mean, I really don't think they're gonna enforce it like that. I might be wrong, but I mean, honestly, I haven't seen shit. You know, and it's the same thing, man. People are gonna learn. Which states are enforcing it, and they, even the brokers, they're gonna learn which states are applying this law, and they're gonna they're gonna be like, well, I cannot give my load to somebody doesn't speak English going to, let's say, South Carolina, right? Sample, because over there, they will enforce the non-English uh, proficiency, uh, you know, t- law, right? So they're gonna learn the system, and they're gonna find ways. It's just life, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. You can't worry about things you can control. You gotta worry about things that you can control. Make sure you on point. Make sure like me, I'm able to do a whole pre-trip. In English, Spanish, probably Italian. I could do it for you, right? Make sure you check your truck. Everything be legit, and you follow the rules, and you be straight, man. You do a pre-trip, post-trip, and you stay on top of your truck, and check everything. The e-logs. Don't play with them. You're gonna be good. That's just the bottom line, man. The bottom line. I mean, that's why when I get pulled in, I'm not worried about anything, because I'm doing everything possible to make sure every time I go in a weigh station, I'm good, right? I'm not saying that I'm perfect, because 9 out of 10, I probably miss things that a DOT officer could see, and that I probably don't even know or saw it, because it's not common, you know. It's not something common, you know, and that's how it is, man. They do that all the time. That's what they do. You know, these DOT officers that do inspection, they do that, you know, continually. So they already know what to look for. If it is like if you work in a, let's say in a manufacturing company, right? As a QA, quality assurance, right? You get a training and you already know what you got to look for, right? And then after you done it for a year, you know, you already seen the part and you already know if it's wrong or not because you know your brain is already used to that. The same thing with DOT officers. You know, they've been doing that for, you know, let's say 6 months. That they already know because they got trained. They already know what to look for. So you know, you're gonna see it right away. You know, but somebody average that doesn't do that type of work might not see it. You know, unless you really you know, do a, you know, perfect inspection all the time and get under your truck and look all over it with, you know, with mirrors and, you know, check every hose of the truck, you know, every tread in the tire, you know. I mean, you know, that's the only way you would think that you're almost perfect, but you're not because you're still gonna miss something. But you know, that it is what it is, right? But yeah, guys, I'm here in 40 East. What time am I in right now? Can't even see that. The bad thing about having green eyes. The sun. There you go. I'm by Bristol. I'm gonna take 81 going to well, I gotta deliver Monday to New York. So I'm gonna do 34 over here by Jersey. I got one of my friends live there. So he said he's gonna pick me up, and you know I'm gonna stay at his house. He gotta pull everything over there. Uh, so yeah, you know, I'm gonna do my 34s. If everything is goes, you know, it's the way it's supposed to. And then on Monday I delivered this. I got two stops, 30 miles from each other. One at 8 in the morning, and the other one at 11. So, you know, like I say, it's 20,000 pounds. Then after that, I haven't booked anything because honestly, man, all the loads that I've seen coming out on New York and Pennsylvania area, in half a mile, trash. The left 2 lanes to take exit 421 for I-81 north, you know, toward Bristol. Trash. You know, paying $1.05, 45,000 pounds. Who the fuck gonna do that low? That shit could stay there forever and ever because I will never, I will never do it. Not even to move somebody. To take exit 421. Not even to move to another place. You know? Continue for 105 miles. Hey Siri, shut up. But yeah, you know, I mean terrible. You know, $1.10 going to Seattle, Washington. No, sorry, not Seattle. What it was, Tacoma, Washington, something like that. Oh, Tacoma, Washington. Going to Oregon, you know, paying $1.09. They're fucking crazy. Going to California, paying $1.20. Are you insane? You know, just on the fucking diesel. Well, you're gonna have to fill up in California somewhere. You know, you're gonna be hauling 45,000 pounds. You're not making shit. Fuck that. You know, these people, they just, I'm telling you, man, I don't know what the hell they're doing, but I don't even know how they could post a law like that. I just don't understand. And I'll be honest, I don't even know why my company that I'm working for, I mean that I lease to, because I don't work for them. I got a contract with them. I'm leased to them. I mean, this is my truck. At least, leasing meaning I'm my own operator and I pull the freight. I use the DOT number, and they got a percentage on my loads. But yeah, if how the hell you gonna put loads like that in the board? You know, those agents work for you. You gotta tell them, listen, man, don't put putting that shit in that board. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody gonna make money. Ain't nobody making money on that. Not, I mean, I'm not doing it. God damn, the city, shit, the fucker. But yeah, anyways, guys, 30 minutes already. I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a blessed weekend. Stay safe. Stay positive, man. And don't worry about haters. Brush it off and just be good, man. Be good. Stay positive. We're here. And remember, like and subscribe, man. God bless everybody, man. Stay positive, man. And don't take anything offensive, man. I'm gonna speak what I gotta speak. You know what I'm saying? And I'm straight up. I'm real. Anyways, bless everybody.